Hello, Meoni here, and yesterday I got the best news I could have probably ever have received, gaming-wise. It really does make me quite emotional to see and hear about this topic, and I care so passionately for its announcement that I had to share this with you today. As you have seen from the thumbnail and the name of this video, surprise surprise, this is yet again another news video, but this time to mention the pending release of a Secret of Mana remake on February the 15th, 2018. Now, Secret of Mana is by far the greatest memory of a role-playing game I can remember, for as long as I can remember. When I was just about the age of 12, I remember seeing the game for the first time. This was around a friend of mine's house. This is Nathan, who lived nearby. His family was mad about collecting pretty much every console you could imagine. This included an Atari Jaguar, for example, which I was introduced to epic games, such as amazing games like Cannon Fodder, for example. Nathan was responsible single-handedly for introducing me to quite a lot of incredible games, including eventually Final Fantasy VII, which is an entirely different story for another time and another video. But on his SNES, his Super Nintendo, passed down from his brother, much like mine was, there was a game he respected above all others. He would barely let anyone touch it. And that game was Secret of Mana, fully boxed with its instructions, and he intended to keep it that way. I remember actually borrowing it, eventually convincing him to lend it me, saying I would return it the next week when I came over. Well, 3 months went by and I had done 4 or so playthroughs of the game and eventually reluctantly gave it back. Not long after that, I scoured the local markets with my parents until I found my very own second-hand copy. It didn't come with a fancy booklet or a cartridge box, just a ripped off label on the front of a cartridge, and crudely written on the ripped label was in pen Secret of Mana. It cost me around £10 at the time, which is obviously nothing, and I wouldn't swap my unboxed, unlabeled copy for the world, as it has brought me literally years and years of fun, and maybe more of nostalgia than I can ever imagine from any other game series. This game helped me with depression on more than one occasion, and even led to me attempting to speedrun it at one point, which didn't actually come to anything. Well, the news came the other day that Secret of Mana would be getting a full remake, fully 3D rendered, voice acted, and a full rearrangement of the entire soundtrack. So let's be honest here, I could be on the fence and shout that it doesn't need a remake. And no, it doesn't really need a remake, but it does need to be re-released to let others have a chance to play it, in my opinion. Copies of Secret of Mana, the boxed versions or even unboxed, can go anywhere from £60 to £100 on eBay boxed, and even up to 50 quid unboxed. Now, obviously, what you'll say is play an emulated version. Playing an emulated version can actually be pretty rough and won't give you the same experience as having the real cartridge in your hands, or even the nostalgia of blowing it for dust and slamming it in the grey hole in the SNES, and hoping for the best when you press the power button, hoping you see some images. Neither will this new version either, but to have people like my nephew, who literally will not play anything as old as the original due to its graphical fidelity, then it makes me happy to think that they might get to play this version, or at least be more inclined to check it out through trailers that might be on TV. The trailer, which I can't include the audio from for obvious copyright reasons, shows only a snippet of the reimagined world I grew up loving, but it's enough for me to throw my money at this pre-order almost immediately, and I'm stingy with pre-orders, not really that believing in them, to be honest. The game is available for PlayStation 4, Vita, and will be on Steam for PC. If you pre-order the game on the PlayStation Store, you get a series of avatars for the PlayStation, and these are of the 3 main characters of the game. And when the game comes out on the 15th of February 2018, you will receive some DLC clothing to wear in-game. This includes a Moogle costume for each of the characters, as well as a tiger costume for both the sprite and the boy, with Prim getting a sexy version of the tiger outfit as lingerie, which is confusing to say the least, but let's not dwell on it too much. Graphically, nothing can replace the pixel art of the original, and I doubt it could be the same game even. But what I want isn't the same game. I want it to be to blow my mind seeing the world and bosses in a 3D space again, updated for everyone who didn't get to play the original to see this, and to get a feel for exactly how bloody good the original was, and perhaps even revisit it after playing this version. This new version includes local multiplayer, much like the original, which is going to be awesome to try out with my girlfriend, who has never played this game before or a game like it. The voice acting is incredibly American, with the line in the trailer, "What's a sword doing here?" making all the hairs on my neck stand up on end. But it's nice to see that they're going to make it playable with English or Japanese audio and with or without subtitles. So if it gets too bad, or perhaps after the first playthrough, I can quickly change it to Japanese and save myself my ears. This video is purely me gushing over the news, I really realise that, but I wanted to at least mention my opinion on it and to announce that I would love to do a full playthrough of the game when it comes out in February, alongside hopefully a playthrough or some snippets of the original if I can get the capture software to work for my SNES. Or failing that, I can record an emulated version or something. Either way, thank you very much for watching this video. I realise it's not usually the sort of stuff I put out here. However, hopefully some of you are as keen to see what they can do with this remake as myself. So I'm definitely looking forward to this in February. It's going to be a late birthday present for me, and I cannot wait. I'm super hyped. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.